Well, Francesca and I have been friends ever since we met in Providence, Rhode Island when we were at Brown University. It was very meaningful that we would go back to Providence to shoot our first movie together, because the movie is about friendship, and we wrote it together, and we also directed it together, so it was a complete collaboration.
And produced.
And produced also.
All right. Now, good. Let's start it again. Ready? Ready?
Oh. All right. Well, this is an ensemble piece. This is about 4 girls, but yes, we have a protagonist and we have an antagonist. Yes, in adolescence, I think it is the time that you are busting out of childhood and into adulthood. It's that threshold, and it's very rich, and it's very complex, and it's very uncomfortable and awkward and beautiful. And I think that sometimes you move too fast, and you bust into adulthood too quickly, and then you just don't know how to deal, and suddenly you're in an adult situation, and you don't know where your own internal compass is and how to negotiate through this uncomfortable situation. And I think that all 4 of our girls find themselves in situations that are way over their head.
But I think that's kind of how you figure out where you land, is you have to push the margin too far, and you're like, okay, this is too far, and you sort of pull yourself back in. But I think unless you test those parameters, you know, I think that's how you find your path, ultimately.
George? George, why don't you put your book down so we can spend some quality time together while the girls are in town?
What? Oh, Maggie, not now. I'm really not.
Sometimes you have to push yourself over the threshold to get into the mood, okay? Why don't we try some of the tools that we've been learning in therapy? All right, let's get in the cricket stance. Feel that stretch?
Yeah.
So tight right there.
It's about growth, and also, you know, it's also about truth, and it's about complexity and humanity, and the journey is never simple, and there's no need to judge. I think what I'm the proudest of in this movie is that there's no judgment. There's no moral barometer. It is what it is. The experience, they're strong women, and they ultimately, you know, figure out what feels right to them and what does not feel right to them. But it's not like we didn't just condescend and say this is wrong, or, you know, it's wrong.
It's a movie about teens, but I don't feel like we talk down to them. I think, you know, it's elevated in that way.
There was a ladybug crawling around my ankle when I saw Victoria let her grandmother's bird escape from its cage. I watched the bird disappear into the endless sky like a lonely balloon. It was so sad.
We love our cast. We spent a long time in casting, probably the longest of any of our, you know, our pre-production was super fast because we were backing into the holidays. We had 3 weeks of pre-production, which is sort of unheard of, especially for first-timers. They were like, don't do it, put on the brakes, and we were just like, no, we're going. And production was really fast, but we took our time in casting and really found, you know, the perfect girls, and we really mined for them. And we were in a position that we could just pick them for their talent. We weren't looking for names. You know, many of them had not done much work before, but now they're all, you know, really their careers are taking off. And, you know, and then we were lucky enough to get Amy Sedaris and Chris Kattan and Tom Everett Scott, all of whom, you know, are tremendous talents and really sort of elevated our vision. And we're very generous with their talent.